Hey, greetings everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Think and Grow Rich Mastermind. If this is your first time here, what this basically is nothing but a condensed version of each chapter in Think and Grow Rich. So if you've never read the book, or if you're someone who's read it but doesn't understand it, what I do here is I condense it to where you understand it as easy as possible and as quickly as possible. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Power of the Mastermind, lesson number 9, the driving force. I'm going to read you a small chapter here in the book. And so basically it says power is essential for success in the accumulation of money. Plans are inert and useless without sufficient power to translate them into physical action. This chapter will describe the method by which an individual may attain and apply power. Power may be defined as organized and intelligently directed specialized knowledge. Power, as the term is used here, refers to organized effort sufficient to enable an individual to transmute desires into its monetary equivalent. Organized effort is produced through the coordination of effort of two or more people who work towards a definite end in a spirit of harmony. So what this basically means is, if you're working towards something, the more, the better. Think about batteries, right? Oftentimes you don't just use one battery in a specific object, right? Sometimes it's multiple batteries working towards the same goal to make one thing work. So it's basically the same thing of what Napoleon Hill here is talking about. Basically, plans are basically useless without enough power to translate them into physical action. Now, how does he describe power here? What does power here mean in terms of this chapter? So number 1, organize and intelligently directed specialized knowledge. So what I interpret that is, grab a group of people who specialize in the area that you want to succeed in, right? Number 2, plan effort sufficient enough to transmute one's desires into its physical manifestation. So basically make sure you have a plan, a plan on paper that translates into a plan of physical action to create the physical manifestation. And 3, the principle of power is necessary for the accumulation of money as well as the retention of money. That's very, very important. So he talks about 3 sources of knowledge here. You have A, infinite intelligence, B, accumulated experience, and C, experiment and research. So let's break these down real quick. So A, infinite intelligence could be, he always talks about this higher power here. Some of you guys may know it as God. Some of you guys may know it as source, universe, infinite intelligence, nature, whatever God you or religion you're affiliated with, or some people might even call it the subconscious mind. But at the end of the day, it's one power that you go to. It's one power that you pray to. It's one power that you ask. Whatever that power is to you, that is it. Second is accumulated experience. And that's basically like, have a mentor. Have a mentor, or specifically hang out with the people that have the results that you want and learn from them. Learn from them. It's very, very important. You either get a mentor or hang out with the people whose experience you want. And then last but not least is experiment and research. Basically trial and error, If you don't have a mentor, if you're not tapped into your infinite intelligence, just literally trial and error. Do your own research on whatever works, what doesn't. And at the end of the day, you're going to learn and you're going to know. And you might say, well, what if I don't have a mentor? What if I don't have access to a mentor? What if I can't afford a mentor? Well, it's very simple. YouTube, you're probably watching this video on YouTube right now. And basically, you can find almost anything on there, so experiment and research is very, very important. But at the end of the day, you need a source of knowledge, and make sure you're getting a good source. How to multiply brain power. I don't know if you guys know this, but Mr. Ford became an expert when he became friends with Thomas A. Edison. And we're talking about, yes, Mr. Ford, the guy who makes the cars Ford. You know, a group of brains in working in harmony towards one common goal is obviously better than one. And I remember he says here in this chapter, be very, very specific in forming your mastermind alliance, because these people that you're going to be, that you're going to have in your mastermind alliance are the people that you're going to be listening to on a weekly basis, are the people that are going to be influencing the way you think, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you take action, your daily living, So you want to make sure this is people that have the results you want, that have the lifestyle you want, that have the intellect you want, if you're going to carry on a successful mastermind group. So what are some key points to know here? The first point you need to know, a mastermind is forming the power of two or more people working towards one common goal. Number two, 3 top sources of knowledge you can use are your infinite intelligence, like I explained to you earlier, God, source, universe, higher self, subconscious mind, whatever it is to you. Number 2 is accumulated experience. Find someone or a group of people or a mentor, who have the results that you want, and stick to them. And last but not least, experiment and research. Basically trial and error, and if all else fails, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and watch videos of people whose results that you want, or watch videos of people who have the knowledge that you're looking to acquire. And lastly, be very, 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 very picky on who is in your mastermind alliance, because at the end of the day, who is in your mastermind alliance will determine whether you get the result or whether you fail. So that's very, very important. And lastly, how can we put this, to example? How can we put this to work? Here is a perfect example of what we can do to put this chapter into work in our daily living. So basically, depending on your goal, form an alliance of 2 or more people who have the knowledge and experience you seek to attain your goal. Meet these people at least twice a week to discuss plans, strategy, progress, obstacles, and wisdom. Make sure you are always listening when they speak and do as they say. They are there for a reason. They have the results and they know what it takes to get there, and that's where you want to go. You listen and you do as they say. And then second of all, well, this is just my opinion here. This is it's just my opinion, but basically, if I want someone to mentor me, or if I want to form a mastermind alliance, I'm going to treat these people to lunch. I'm going to treat these people to dinner, because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as something for nothing. Some people will go out of their way to do it, but at the end of the day, you want to give some form of compensation, some form of gratitude, some form of appreciation to say, thank you. I really appreciate it. And in my opinion, that's the least somebody could do, But, some people may or may not require that. It's totally up to you if you want to do it. I personally would. I feel like it's respect. I feel like it's something polite out of common courtesy. So, the next one is, if this is not possible, hire a coach who can help you. Very simple. Hire a coach, hire a mentor who's going to be able to help you. If you cannot do either, tap into your infinite intelligence. That right there is a whole nother topic for a whole nother conversation. You guys let me know if you want me to do a video on that. And if all else fails, do your own research and experiment, literally trial and error, because at the end of the day, to get to where you want to get to is going to require a process. It's going to require a specific process. And, sometimes you can't rush that process. You have to go through the journey that you have to go through in order to get there, But if you can, absolutely prioritize forming that mastermind alliance, because there's nothing better than that. So at the end of the day, form your mastermind alliance, listen to them, do as they say, and take a lot of notes. And with that being said, I really, really appreciate your time here. there's any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. My information is right there as well. Get in touch with me if you guys need me for anything as well. And I will see you guys on the next video.